In other news now, Red Hawk Nation is in mourning tonight after a member of the Miami hockey team is tragically killed.
Student hockey manager Brendan Burke was on his way back to Oxford for yesterday's hockey game when the car he was riding in crashed.
Our condolences, deepest sympathies to the Burke family. Brendan Burke, the 21-year-old son of Leaf general manager Brian Burke, and Mark Reedy, an 18-year-old Michigander, were killed in a car crash yesterday in Indiana.
Burke, son of Toronto Maple Leaf GM Brian Burke, was a student manager for the Red Hawks, watching and breaking down pre-scout videos, keeping most of the goalie statistics. He was a goalie as a youngster, and preparing all the best clips for highlight videos.
Burke, as he was known, was so loved by all the Miami players, their family, their hockey family. He was just 21 years old.
Today, a moment of silence.
He will be forever in the hearts of the Miami hockey family and will be truly missed. Please join the Red Hawks in honoring Brendan with a moment of silence.
We ask that everyone please rise and recognize a moment of silence in memory of a courageous young man, Brendan Burke, who died tragically yesterday.
But I've never been in an arena or a stadium before where there has been a moment of silence where no one made a sound.
Guys in that locker room saw him as a teammate.
You know, the players loved him, and he was part of our family, and you know, he will be missed.
He's touched a lot of people and really helped a lot of people in this world, and I mean, his presence is going to be here forever.
He's a hard-working young man and with a bright future.
Just an infectious person. When he came into the room, his smile brightened up the room, and he was a person you really, really wanted to be around.
I know they're playing for him tonight, and frankly, the whole Miami community is really, you know, we're wishing he was here, but you know, we know he's in a better place.
On the ice, emotions were running high, as was the score.
Miami playing some inspired hockey against Lake Superior State. The #1 ranked Red Hawks scoring at will. 10 goals in this game.
The Miami University Red Hawks beating Lake Superior State today 10-4. And Ron, you know who was on everyone's mind during that game? Of course, Brendan Burke.
Beloved son of Toronto Maple Leafs coach Brian Burke, Brendan touched so many last year when he told the world who he really was.
2 years ago, Brendan went to his family and told them for the first time that he is gay.
I've been supported so strongly by my family and by Miami's hockey team. And I think it's important that my story is told to people because there are a lot of gay athletes out there and gay people working in pro sports that deserve to know that there are safe environments where people are supportive of you regardless of your sexual orientation.
You know, Brendan's a wonderful kid. He's been a joy since the day he came home from the hospital, and I support him. I'm very proud of him.
He had great support from his family, great support from our team and his friends. And I think that was the main reason and the drive behind him coming out. He was a fearless young man.
He's obviously courageous. I mean, it takes a lot of jam to take this step. He's obviously a fearless kid, but he's a real bright kid and a sweet kid, and I'm very proud of him.
Everyone was unbelievable there. I can't say enough good things about Miami University and the hockey team there. They knew me for a couple years before I came out, so I think for most of the players, I was still Burke, I was still the same person. This just added a new dimension to it, and they weren't going to judge me on that because they knew me as a person and knew my character.
Courage and character, a couple of things you always look for in your players, you have it. Brendan, we really appreciate you sharing your story with us tonight.
You know, for anyone who was in Canton, Massachusetts for the funeral services for Brendan Burke, it was awesome, to say the very least, somewhat overwhelming. And really what jerked a tear from my eye was seeing the University of Miami of Ohio Red Hawks there. Yeah. And you know, the team in red and white was there in full jersey. And it was most impressive, not only watching the team that Brendan Burke was closely affiliated with, the Red Hawks, walk in, but watch them walking out. These men, young men, are warriors on the ice. But in this environment, like the rest of us, they were minimized to mere human beings, and many of them sobbed in dealing with this loss.
The Red Hawks are wearing patches. You can see the shamrock and the BB. That stands for Brendan Burke.
You know, it's a constant reminder, obviously, with the patches and the jerseys, but each player in the Miami Brotherhood, as they call it, wears this in honor of their former friend and colleague, their former teammate, Brendan Burke.
And, you know, he was a big part, a beloved friend of all of us, teammate, brother. and he's someone we miss a lot. We think about him all the time, and we do a few things to in remembrance of him, but nothing to bring him back. And it's just that great memories in our mind that's going to keep us going, and we miss him.
Burke meant so much to our program, and it was really close to all of our players and the staff. And the best thing that we could do is honor him by going on and playing hard and doing the things that we do on a daily basis. And I think the guys have really come together and are trying to do that for Burke. We want to honor him by playing hard.
General Manager Brian Burke, and he was just a good young man all the way around. The Miami players, they have the clover leaf on there for him, a constant reminder to these Miami players. He meant so much to their program. On the way from Oxford here to Fort Wayne, Rico Blasi and his players did something special to honor Burke one more time.
I knew it was close to the road that would take us here to Fort Wayne from our campus. We thought it would be important for our team, maybe a little bit more closure to actually see where it happened. It was about an hour and 10 minutes from campus, and we stopped the bus. We took a couple of minutes just to kind of look around, and everybody was pretty quiet and kind of put everything into perspective again. He meant a lot to our program. He meant a lot to the team, and it was just a tough couple of minutes, but something I think we had to do.
Brendan's a wonderful kid. He's been a joy since the day he came home from the hospital, and I support him. I'm very proud of him.